Okay, so what if every single gift given to anyone, anywhere on the planet, also belonged to you? I know, it's a really challenging idea, right? It comes from A Course in Miracles, and in this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly what it means for how we see ourselves and, everybody else.
So this is the central idea from Lesson 315. And let's be honest, it feels super counterintuitive at first, doesn't it? I mean, if your best friend gets a great new job or a birthday present, how on earth does that have anything to do with you? It sounds a little strange.
And you know what? That's a totally fair question. The answer, though, it asks us to do something much bigger than just, say, being grateful. It's asking for a fundamental shift in how we see ourselves in relation to literally everyone else. So yeah, let's really unpack what that means.
All right, so to get our heads around this idea, how a gift to one person can somehow be a gift to all of us, we have to start with one core principle. And it's a big one. The idea that our feeling of being these separate, individual people, well, that it's an illusion. So, the Course teaches that on this really deep spiritual level, we're not just a bunch of isolated islands. Nope. Instead, it says we're all expressions of a single unified consciousness. A great way to think about it is like waves in the ocean. Each wave looks totally distinct, right? But they're all, ultimately, part of the exact same body of water.
And just that one shift in perspective, wow, it changes absolutely everything. See, when we believe we're all separate, we live in a world that feels like it's all about lack and competition. But the moment we start to see ourselves as united, that world it transforms into one of abundance and shared joy. All of a sudden, a gift given to one person isn't isolated. It creates this amazing ripple of positivity that touches everyone.
Okay, I get it. This is a beautiful theory. It sounds great, but how do we actually live this? How do we start to see this unity in our everyday lives so it's not just some cool, abstract idea we talk about?
Well, the starting point is actually surprisingly simple. It's not some complex ritual or anything. It's really just a conscious shift in our focus, learning to actually notice the gifts that are already flowing all around us, like all the time.
And this goes so much deeper than just a quick thank you. It's about first consciously acknowledging a gift, and then, this is the important part, really taking a moment to feel it, to just reflect on how that kind word or that little helpful action genuinely made your life better. And, this kind of redefines what we even think of as a gift. We're not just talking about things wrapped up with a bow. A gift, in this sense, is any expression of kindness. It's the compliment from a stranger, the help from a colleague when you're swamped, or just the presence of a friend who's really listening. And once you start looking for them, man, you realize these gifts are absolutely everywhere.
So once you start really seeing all the gifts you're receiving, the next step it happens almost naturally. You can't help it. You start to participate more actively in that very same flow.
And this is where the whole philosophy becomes truly alive. See, it's not about just passively sitting back and receiving things. It's about recognizing that you're a conduit. You're part of the flow. That joy you take in, it's meant to be passed on.
And you don't have to do anything huge. We're not talking about grand gestures here. The invitation is just to try these simple acts. Experience the whole principle from the other side, to really feel what it's like to be the one giving the gift to someone else.
And here's the beautiful paradox of it all. When we give, we don't actually lose anything. In fact, we enhance our own sense of joy and fulfillment. Suddenly, giving and receiving aren't two separate things anymore. They become two sides of the very same coin. Just this single, joyful circulation of love.
And just like that, we see that quote in a whole new light. All gifts my brothers give belong to me. It's not just about what you get. It means when you give a gift, your generosity uplifts everyone. And because you're part of that everyone, the joy you put out there comes right back around to you.
Okay, so we get the concept, right? And we've looked at how to practice it. The final step now is about taking this idea out of your head and getting it into your heart, really integrating it into your sense of who you are.
A really powerful tool for this is a simple meditation. And I want you to pay close attention to that final step. The goal here isn't just to feel grateful for what other people give you, it's to see their gifts as a mirror, one that reflects the love and the value that's already inside of you.
And to carry that feeling with you throughout the day, when you're not meditating, there's a simple, super portable tool you can use anywhere. It's the affirmation practice.
Just by repeating this phrase to yourself, you create a kind of mental anchor. It becomes this gentle reminder, popping up throughout your day, helping you look at the world through that lens of unity and shared abundance. It's especially powerful in those moments when you start to feel isolated or like you don't have enough. Ultimately, this whole thing isn't about giving you a final, neat answer. It's more like a framework for you to explore in your own life. So the real question to take away from all this is the one you see right here. How can you start to integrate this? How can you begin to see your own abundance reflected in the gifts you receive every single day?
So here it is, the final takeaway. Seeing the gifts all around you, it's so much more than just being grateful. It's actually an act of self-recognition. Every single piece of kindness you witness is basically the world holding up a mirror, showing you the love and the abundance that was inside you all along.